Welcome to this webinar. Well, actually, it's a screen recording. Sometimes when I have some technical difficulties or the quality of the webinar is just not right, I just re-record a screen recording so that you have a better quality recording available to you. And that's what I'm doing right now. But I'm still using the slides, so this is not going to work exactly like it would in your browser. There will be some mistakes sometimes, but thanks to these slides, things are going to go much faster and the experience should be much better for you. So without further ado, I always start with letting you know that if you go to our main website and go to this resources tab, you can easily look through our knowledge base here. I also have these video tutorials. You can always find these on our YouTube page also. But here, there's a ton of these videos. I go really quickly through the videos, straight to the point. I don't add any intro to the videos, so you can just get started really fast. I mean, there's a 2-second intro, just saying what the video is about. Then we have in this resource tab, the ultimate guide to email marketing. This will help you out if you're new to marketing, or even if you're advanced, it's a good refresher. And also in the resources tab, email marketing by industry. If you scroll down, you might be able to find your industry and just get some inspiration and ideas from these posts here. Also, go ahead and look at our blog for relevant articles. You can also use this little magnifying glass. Usually you can find anything connected with email marketing, like benchmarks, right? If you want to see the best open rates in your industry, go ahead and use this little magnifying glass, put in benchmarks, and go ahead and look at that blog post. Okay, now let's go back to the main site. One more thing, if you scroll down, and in our newer site, we have these webinars right over here, but here on the slide, it's right here. If you click webinars, you'll see the past webinars. And we have things like feature webinars that are connected with automation with some of our features, with our GDPR features, and also some GDPR advice for you. And also we have marketing webinars, practice better communication through email, secrets to successful email marketing, and things like that, the hero's journey. So you can go ahead and check out those and sign up if you want. You can sign up right over here for these videos. All right, now if you sign into your account, this is what you'll see. One last thing, this help button, please get used to using it. It will really help you out a lot and will speed up things. Whenever you're in any of these screens, for example, if you're in the dashboard screen, if you click this button here, help, what's going to happen is you're going to have all these articles connected to the dashboard. So you have 2 videos connected to the dashboard and some articles here. And if you put in your a keyword, for example, you're looking for tests, right? Just use this magnifying glass, and you have 2 videos about testing a campaign, A/B split test campaign overview, and some articles here. Now, after a couple of seconds, what's going to happen is a pop-up is going to pop up. Did you find the answer to your question? Reads the pop-up. And if you click no, you're going to have this little screen where you can input your question. And if you press send, someone is going to actually receive that and answer the question to give you the answer to your question. And this is pretty good because they're not only going to answer the question, but they're also going to add that answer to this database. So next time when someone is looking for that answer to their question, they'll find it here. Okay, now let's start with all these features here. We're going to talk about, of course, the cool little blocks we have in our new campaign editor that will allow you to almost make your newsletter look like a website in some instances. But let's just get to it. All right, let's go to campaigns. Now click create campaign. Give your campaign a name. I'm going to call it like a website. Now content, drag and drop editor. Now you won't see this template gallery if you're not on the premium plan. For the 2 first weeks, if you're new to MailerLite, you will see that, because for the 2 first weeks you will have the full access to all our premium features. And don't worry, if you create your own template gallery, your own template, it's still going to be available to you after those 2 weeks, so you don't have to worry about that. But the features I'm talking about today, you can use these features even in our free plan. So just go ahead and choose the drag and drop editor. And this is how it looks. Now, if you're using your old editor, this is not going to work. So do not just copy your old campaign. If you want to create a new newsletter, don't use an old campaign. Just create a new one with this new editor to have these features. So here we see the newsletter. On the right side, we have some main settings for the newsletter, and on the left side, we have all the blocks that we can use in this newsletter. It's drag and drop. Of course, these are slides, so we're not going to see blocks. We're not going to see how it works. I'm just going to click it, and it's just going to appear. But this is how you can use it. You have this drag and drop down. Drop down menu. You can of course scroll through all the blocks, but this is a bit easier to find your specific block. And for example, here we have survey blocks. Survey block is here. You can also use this magnifying glass and just type in survey. Here is the survey block, and you will notice that sometimes the survey block will be grayed out. And usually the reason for that is that there is already a survey block in your newsletter. In this case, if you scroll down, here is the survey block, and that's why this one is grayed out, because you can only have one survey block in one newsletter. So let's scroll down, and if you hover above any block, you will see these little handles. This is for reordering your blocks. You can just drag and drop them up and down. Then we have the trash can, and we have this little editing piece. You can usually just click any block for editing, but sometimes the blocks are more advanced. They have more pieces to it, and it's clickable elements, so you'll need to use this little edit element here to start editing. And this is the survey block, so you can actually build out a survey. You have different questions you can ask here. This is the intro, so it's just asking for a survey. And what's going to happen is they're going to see this in their email, and if they say, yeah, I want to take that survey, and click this button, it's going to take them to the website where they're going to go through all these elements. Not to a website, to the online version of your newsletter, which will look, just like this, but this element will be clickable and it will work like a survey, so it will just slide from left to right or from right to left. So here's the intro. This is what they'll see, and then there's a satisfaction score they can also use, and the outro, so they can choose how would you rate our new product line. They'll choose one of these, and then it will go to the outro and just say, thank you for your valuable feedback, and you'll have that information available to you in your account. Now you can add more questions, like a multiple choice, an open question, like dislike, another outro, and you can also delete things. Like, for example, we have one outro here, so you can use this trash can icon to delete this one, and then you can use this little hamburger menu to drag and drop to reorder these elements here. So let's say you want this on the bottom, just drag this to the bottom, and it's at the bottom right now. Now, every one of these elements can be changed into one another. So if you don't want this outro here, you can click and just choose another one. You have the intro, satisfaction score, multiple choice, open question, like, dislike, and outro. I didn't add this net promoter score. This is just something you can Google. It's a pretty good thing. You can also look on our website and look at the blog article that is talking about this net promoter score. It might apply to your business. You might have a look at that and see how you can ask your clients to just check how you're doing with them, if they're satisfied with your business, with the service. So go ahead and look at that on our main page. All right, so that's that. Let's leave it as is. And we also have these little pencil edit buttons. So if you press that, you'll be able to edit the survey, the question, the description, and change the button, then save changes. Here, the satisfaction score, same thing, question, description, and you can change the shapes here. So instead of a smiley face, you can have a star, or you can have a heart. Change the colors to black or gray or white. You can't really see this white on the gray background, so let's just go back to color. And you can also show the labels below the icons and change the names of these labels. If you can change them to whatever you want. Okay, so that's that. Here on the left, you have very unsatisfied and then very satisfied to the extreme right. Multiple choice, let's edit that. Let's see how that looks. You have the question, the description, allow multiple answers. This will add the button, because they first need to choose, instead of having these radio buttons where they can just click it and it will go to the next element, next question, which is the open question. You can do, like I said, multiple answers. They first choose it, they need the button, and you can change the button. Now, if you put in another answer here, what's going to happen is there's going to be a fifth element added automatically where you can add more. So it's not only 4 answers you can add more if you want. So that is that. You can change the button name here and the open question right over here, question description button. If you want them to write down something longer, just use this text area. You can also show input placeholder if you need to do that, and then write something like right here, or write whatever you want them to write down here. Then we have the like dislike one. Just use this pencil again. You can also have hearts if you want, change the colors. And then we have the outro. Thanks for your feedback. You can add a button. For example, if you have a gift, if you promised something to them, and then you can have a link to that website with that gift, with whatever you promised. If you have a PDF file, you would need to link that to your Dropbox or Google Drive or whatever you use for that. And that's pretty much it. Now, you can also scroll up here and you'll see these rules. And you can add rules to your survey. For example, let's click add a rule. Rule number 1, if the second question, this is the second, how would you rate our new product line? That was the one with the many hearts that you can choose from very unsatisfied to very satisfied. When it's answered, we can do something when it's answered, but we want a specific answer in this case, and that's what I'm going to choose. And if the answer is, let's say, very satisfied, I'm going to please select an action. I'm going to select an action. And what you can do, if someone clicks very satisfied, you can add them to another group, move the subscriber to another group, remove the subscriber from a group, update a custom field with this answer, very satisfied, this one, or skip to the question. And I'm going to skip to another question. The question to skip to, select the question. I'm going to skip to, if they say that, if they're very satisfied, I'm just going to say thank you for your valuable feedback. You can do whatever you want. This is just a demo. And you can add another rule. Select a question. I'm going to use the same question. How would you rate our new product line? Is answered with a specific answer. I'm going to select very unsatisfied. And in this case, I'm going to want to skip to another question. And the question I'm going to choose is, do you have any other comments or suggestions about our product? Right? What you could write is like, why are you unsatisfied, or what can we change, or how did we wrong you, right? Then once you're done with that, you can go to settings, and here you have the standard settings, very similar to every block. Change the headline to something green if you want, whatever color you want to choose. Show survey results, so this is 6 of 6 if you need to have that. And some other things here. Now let's go to questions just to see what would happen, what's going to happen. So this is what they'll see if they say I want to take the survey. They're going to get this first block. Click OK. They're going to get the second one, satisfaction score. If they say they're very unsatisfied, they're going to skip this multiple choice. They're going to get this open question where they can write down something. They're going to get this one, and then they're going to go to the outro. If they click very satisfied, they're going to skip all these questions. It's going to go right to the end and give them that gift we prepared for them. And if they choose unsatisfied, neutral, or satisfied, what's going to happen is they're just going to go through this whole, first multiple choice, then the open question, then like, dislike, and then they're going to go to the outro. And that's pretty much it. Once you're done, just go ahead and click save, and there we go. That's the first thing I wanted to talk about. The second thing is the dynamic block feature. Now, every block, if you hover above it, you notice I didn't talk about this little eye. What this does, if you click this, it's going to allow you to send this block to all recipients. I mean, all the recipients are going to see this block, and that's a default. By default, all your subscribers will see every single one of these blocks, but you can change that. For example, you can specify that only specific recipients will get to see this survey block. For example, you can choose the group they belong to. Let's say the gift group, and let's say the book club group. So if your subscriber is in both of these groups, they will see this block. And if you want them to be in either of these groups, then you need to click this any groups. And this means that they can be either in the book club or that other group. But you can also go into this advanced feature and go really granular. You can choose a custom field, please see the custom field video on YouTube or in our resources page to understand what that means. But basically, if you have if you created a custom fields, or if you have these standard things available to you, like the country or city or company of your subscribers, if you have that in your database, you can really use these fields here. For example, you can click country equals, and let's go with France. So what this means is only the people from your list who have France in that custom field will see this part here. And this is really cool for things like, I mean, you can use this. I'm going to click save. You can use this for other things. You can even have a header say this. So everyone will see the whole email, but the header will be different for different subscribers. And this is really cool because, like, if a country has an Independence Day, you can say, you know, Happy Independence Day to those people only from that country, and the other people will not see that header. And if you hover above any single block, like I said, you'll see this little eye icon. If you click it, you'll have those settings I talked about. So that's the second thing. Now the third thing is events. So let's highlight this and let's type in event, and we'll see the two event blocks. I'm going to go with this one because it's a little more complex. If you hover above a more complex block, sometimes you'll see more edit buttons. Instead of just editing the whole block, you'll be able to edit a smaller part of the block. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click this, and you can change the heading, the subtitle, the event date, the format. Now let's choose a date, the 30th. Here's the date. You can make it all day. You can add a location, show RSVP button, that is this button over here, and show calendar links if you want people to add this date to their calendar. The RSVP button title, success message. So once they click this button, they will get this success message. Or you can add a URL that will take them to a subscription form if you're using some kind of webinar software. Or, this is really cool, interest group. So you can add them to a group. I'm going to add them to the success course group. So let's say I'm doing a success course, a success webinar, and people click that button. They're going to get that message, see you soon, and they're going to be added to the success course group. And then before that webinar, I can just send the link to that webinar to that group. So that's that. Of course, settings, standard things. Here you can also change the icon color for the calendar icon, the size, and title. And once you're done, just click save. And that is the event block. Now let's go ahead and click this magnifying glass again, and let's look for social media things. We have the social share buttons, the social share links, and the social links. But there's something that is not here, which are Twitter posts, Facebook posts, and Instagram posts. And to see those, well, you need to type in Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. But you can also go ahead and look at those blocks by clicking this X here, using this drop down and clicking social media. And here they are. You can drag and drop them. Like I said, this is these are slides. So I'm just going to click it. They're going to jump here, and I'm going to click again to edit them. And all you need to do is put in your social media post. Remember, this is not your social media account. So this is not going to be twitter.com MailerLite, but it's going to be something like this: twitter.com MailerLite status and that specific post. Once you have that link, just click this green button here, and you're going to see that post in your newsletter. And the easiest way to get the link to that specific post is if you find your post, whether it's on Facebook or on Twitter, just look for this date. It's usually a link, and if you right-click it, you can copy that link and then use that link here. Save it when you're done. You can do the same thing with Facebook. Add a Facebook block, click it, put in your Facebook link, click this button, and there you go. Here is the date. Again, on your Facebook page, it will look very similar. Just copy that link URL, and then use it here. Once you're done, save, and then you can do the same thing with Instagram. And there we go. So we have the social posts. It's one thing. We have the event block. We have the survey block, and then I also talked about this this little eye element here, which is the dynamic block feature. That's all. Once you're done, click Done Editing. Add your subscribers, and then send your newsletter, change the settings, etc., etc. And once your newsletter is sent, you can go to your campaigns or to your dashboard and view the report from that last from that last campaign. Now, I didn't send that campaign. This is just a demo, so I don't have it here. Here it's just a regular campaign, but you will see that it's a survey. If you add a survey, you'll see survey here. And then you can just view that report. And this is just some demo data here for you. But this is what you're going to see. You're going to see all the stats from your campaign. But the difference is you'll see survey report. And if you click that report and click the links in that report, click the little vote links, you'll see who answered what. And that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this webinar. Have a wonderful day. Sign up for the other webinars we have. And I'll see you in the next tutorial, video, webinar, whatever. Have a great day.